So in this question, we're looking for the market to book ratio. The market to book ratio is defined as the price of a share of stock divided by the book value per share. So first we need to find the price of the firm's stock. We can use the following formula for price. The market value of the firm's equity divided by its shares outstanding. So we're given the firm's free cash flow this year and its constant growth rate. That is the constant growth rate of that free cash flow. The enterprise value of the firm is its market value, the total market value of its equity, plus the total value of its debt. The present value of its free cash flows each year is its economic value. So if we know the free cash flow that a firm is generating every year, we can treat it as a perpetuity, bring it back to the present value, and the present value of all of those future free cash flows is going to be the total enterprise value of the firm. And so that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to find the free cash flow in period 1. So we're given to it today and we're given its growth rate. Remember the equation for the present value of a perpetuity, we need to have the cash flow next year. And so we'll first find the free cash flow in period 1 and then divide it by the discount rate, in this case the weighted average cost of capital, minus the growth rate of those free cash flows. And so our free cash flow in this period, and today, is $170 million. The growth rate is 5%. So when we multiply our free cash flow today of $170 million by 1.05, that's going to give us our free cash flow next period, in period 1. And we divide that by the weighted average cost of capital, 15%, minus the 5% growth rate. And when we do that, we get an enterprise value of $1.785 billion. So now we can find the market value by subtracting the value of the firm's debt from its enterprise value. Because remember, enterprise value is the value of its equity plus the value of its debt. So we subtract the value of its debt from the enterprise value and we're left with the value of its equity. And we're given the value of its debt. It's $475 million. We just found its enterprise value of $1.785 billion. So when we subtract these two, we get $1.31 billion as its market value of its equity. So the price of a share of stock is the market value divided by the shares outstanding, or the $1.31 billion divided by 89,250,000 shares. That's given in the question. We divide those two and we get a price per share of $14.68. So we're given the book value per share, and now we can directly find the market to book ratio. We have all the information we need. The market to book ratio, again, is the price of a share of stock divided by the book value per share. Now note, if you ever had the total market value and you didn't have the market value represented on a per share basis, you could divide it by the total book value. Basically, you could take the per share part out of this equation and you would get the same exact answer for your market to book ratio. You could just divide the total market value of your equity divided by the total book value of your company. So if you didn't have the shares, you didn't have this information on a per share basis, it wouldn't matter. The two ratios would be the same because we're dividing. But we do have it on a per share basis, so we need to make sure we put the price per share divided by the book value per share to find the market to book ratio. We have the price is $14.68 and the book value is given as $8.50, and that gives us a market to book ratio of 1.73.